Hey, everybody, and welcome back in to Hold My Banner. Now, three amigos here. We're all winners. We love talking about winners. But another thing we're good at is making fun of losers. So we're going to do it all in this segment. Let's start with the winners of the NBA offseason thus far. It's just getting started, but you had the draft, free agency now. So let's get into a bunch of trades.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going. Ante's going to roll his eyes. I don't give a damn. The Rockets.
Yeah.
The Rockets have won the offseason. It's already over. You get Kevin Durant. I said this during the season. I remember Kevin Durant being unhappy in Phoenix and telling Ante right here on Hold My Banner, there's receipts somewhere. They should go get Kevin Durant. That's who the Rockets need.
Yeah.
Young team, inconsistent at that time in scoring. We saw that rear its head in the playoffs, by the way. They didn't really have the go-to guy.
They didn't have a closer at all.
That's right. Kevin Durant, mature, a grown-up in the room, has never been an issue in terms of, like, teammates, right? Kevin Durant's not perfect, but guys like playing alongside of him, except Draymond Green, but he's a psycho. So I thought, the Rockets makes a lot of sense. Boom, they get their guy. Here come the Rockets. Look at the entire offseason for them. The moves they're making, the pieces are adding, the role players. This team is ready for a championship push. I cannot wait to watch Rockets battle the Thunder, you got to throw Anthony Edwards in there. We know the heavies in the West.
Yeah.
At this point, I guess you move the Spurs up, too, into the West as well, and the Mavericks. So I think there's a lot of teams out West, but the Rockets are one of them. And I think you have championship bones there for the Rockets now. Who's some winners for you guys?
I mean, I do love what the Rockets have done because the fact that you bring in KD, Dorian Finney-Smith, Clint Capella, and Alperen Sengun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, it's Sengun's your starter, and then Clint Capella and Steven Adams switch off every night. Then you get to the postseason, you just got all this depth in the front court.
Wings.
And Udoka loves running the double bigs.
Yep.
Defense is there. You have your closer. Amon Thompson's going to take a step forward. They love Amon Thompson.
Hey, they re-signed Udoka, too. I'm telling you, this is a championship franchise. It's a championship team.
They locked him in and locked in that system. I love everything the Rockets are doing.
Yes.
I love where an offseason started with, what are they doing? Atlanta and the Hawks.
Woo.
What they put around Trae Young, with the spacing in the shooters, what they addressed in the front court, too. They traded for Porzingis, who, again, same thing. Just be healthy for 40 games to make it to the playoffs.
Yes.
Rim running, rim protection, shooting. They get Luke Kennard, Nickeil Alexander-Walker on both ends of the floor, Jalen Johnson under contract, and they potentially have A.J. DeBonsa next season in the draft because they got that pick from the Pels, the unprotected first.
Right.
On the trade night to get Asian Newell. Everything they've done has been lights out.
Yeah.
And that's all with you have Trae Young. They unloaded that team. It was really confusing. I was like, what are they doing when they traded DeAndre Hunter at the deadline? They ate it this season, and they hit a hard reset, especially with Pacers and Celtics cooked for this upcoming season.
The East stinks.
The Hawks see the Knicks still without a head coach.
Without a coach.
Drafting, free agency, no head coach.
Right.
The Hawks saw it and said the East is ours right now.
So, wait, there's rumors that Giannis and the Hawks could be heating
all of a sudden
up.
they jumped up to the better
Well, let's stay here for a second.
Okay.
Is it because the East is wide open? They do have some of those assets you talked about.
Yes.
Is this the time now? Maybe Hawks management is saying, hey, let's go get Giannis and put him with Ice Trae and see if we can win this damn East.
Right.
I would need Jalen Johnson in that unprotected first.
You have to get that.
Start that.
Yep.
And then if you're the Hawks, you passing up on A.J. DeBonsa for Giannis?
Yes.
Because Giannis is a proven top 3-5 player in the league.
Yeah, because him and
could be
Trae.
great, but he's all could be. Exactly.
Him and Trae.
What if the Bucks say Trae?
Then you say no. You hang up the phone.
Yeah, you hang up the phone.
You hang up the phone.
Because Trae Young over Giannis is what you're picking.
No,
well, I need them.
You want them together. That's
if I'm the Hawks, I need them together.
You want them together.
Yes.
You want to pair them together.
And by the way, similar to the Celtics here, to bring it back to the Celtics, healthy Tatum, healthy Brown, you can figure everything out, okay? Healthy Trae, healthy Giannis, you can figure out the rest.
Yeah.
You can figure out the rest. Who's the winner for you, Tay?
Look, I got to go. Both of those teams are great. I agree. Both of those teams have won this offseason. But the team that I'm looking for is another team out east because the East is so decimated, you know what I mean, that I got to go with the Magic. And I think people might say, oh, you love the Magic, and what's this, what's that? Look, here's the thing. They got rid of KCP. I understand they got fleeced with the picks. The picks are picks, though. When you're a team that's talented, you don't need draft picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need guys who have an opportunity to win a championship, something that the Magic have never done, right? They bring in a guy like Desmond Bane, who ends up doing a lot of the things and taking the scoring load off of a Paolo Banchero, off of a Franz Wagner, adds more scoring. They were a defensive team. He comes in and adds 20 points a game, and he locks up.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you go and sign Tyus Jones to a one-year deal to give yourself to get in that window.
Good leader.
To push towards the finals. This was a great opportunity for them. What they did in the draft, they went and got Noah Penda. They went and got Jace Richardson, two guys who are going to come in with defensive identity at the point of attack. Jace Richardson going to come in and score that basketball, be able to shoot, put the ball on the deck, do some on-ball things, secondary ball handler, facilitator. They did a really great job in the draft. They did a really great job this offseason. They put themselves in position to finally push towards being a contender, and I like that for them.
You know what's interesting, too, that both of you guys picked teams who mattered in the East. We know the Magic made the playoffs and subsequently lost to the Celtics in the first round. The Hawks are always, they seem like they're perpetually in play-in-ville. But with the East being what it is now and the injuries at the top to the good teams, I could see both of these teams moving up in the Eastern Conference pecking order and being top 4-5 teams in the East. It makes a lot of sense.
And it's the moves that the Magic have. They haven't even extended Paolo yet. Now they might again. Talking aprons.
They better.
They're $29 million under that second apron. He's going to get like $50 a year, maybe more. So they're going to have to make some things move. Maybe it's a Jalen Suggs or a Franz. I think they'd move a Jalen Suggs. But they're going to have to move stuff. But they haven't extended Paolo yet.
It's all about windows. All about windows.
And the window right now is Paolo not extended. With the Celtics banged up.
I said this to Ante earlier off camera. I'm going to say it now on wax and to you for the first time. It feels like we could be entering the Paolo Banchero era. I'm not going to lie. Like, because we've seen it. We've seen flashes where, like, oh, he's very talented. I think now is the time where we're entering his peak. And look, of course, Tatum and Brown have something to say to the kid when they're together again. But I think Paolo is going to be a real player in this league starting right now, this season.
I think you're right. I think we're out of the dynasty, so I'm not into the dynasty thing just because of the second apron. So we might be entering the era. He might be able to get 2 over the course of 10 years.
Maybe.
But, you know, if he gets 2 over the course of 10 years, the way it's looking right now, that's
good. Yeah.
That's amazing. So.
All right, let's go to the Losers. And I'm going to the Suns. I mean, what are y'all doing? Kevin Durant was the least of y'all's problems. Devin Booker has proven great player, not a great leader. He checked out on that team. Can't blame him, but that's not leadership, okay? How about Mr. Trade Clause himself, Bradley Beal? He the problem. You can't get rid of him. You're stuck with him like roaches, okay? And then you get rid of Kevin Durant, the only guy who's consistent, not only scoring, but not a pain in the arse. Now you bring in Dylan Brooks, head case, Jalen Green, immature. They are a wreck. Suns, you are losers with a capital L.
Non-healthy Mark Williams also does not help.
Doesn't help
to that equation.
Again, it was like they get him, and this is a guy that basically couldn't be traded earlier. We know Lakers wanted him, and then it's all those like red flags in the health scare. Not health scare, but the red flags in his physical. And then the Suns go out and get him, see him as an answer.
Crazy.
Hopefully he stays healthy.
It's also too like. I think the perspective Celtics fans need, if you didn't get a ring, you would be the Suns. Like the Suns, nothing makes sense. They have to offload. They can't spend. They're acquiring guys like Mark Williams. You're a Celtics fan. You have 2 elite wings. You have Derek White. And you have a ring. Again, I don't want to hear any of them cry. Sucks they can't spend, but I don't want to hear them cry. Celtics, though, are my loser because they still have not figured it out.
I'm not mad at that.
We're in free agency, and you got to be pushing more on to get Anthony Simons moved or make moves because while everyone's spending in free agency, where some centers aren't getting a ton of money, they're still just sitting there after guys are being moved and inked. It's a hard rebuild year, but that still is a team. With your core, you can be competitive, and with your core, at least to put out a team. But it's going to be Xavier Tillman and Luka Garza leading a front court, which I don't think will be the final answer.
You don't even like Yang.
He's not, no.
He don't count.
No. There will never be a piece of, like, social media with George Niang in it, let alone him wearing the Celtics jersey.
Right. I'm going to let you finish, but the Celtics have the greatest offseason of all time. Hey, look at this tweet right here. Locked up JB. He's got the idea. I told y'all all offseason the Celtics need to be bad so we can go get AJ the Best.
Yes, Lord.
AJ right there.
He young.
Our boy Jason Tatum. He's coming. 2026.
Oh, I'm with
Celtics
that.
Won this offseason.
I'm with
they're
that.
Gonna be trash next
Then they
year.
should trade Jaylen Brown. You got to tank for real.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to tank for real.
And
Nah,
Jaylen Brown
bro.
are gone.
Yeah, you got to tank for real,
They're
dog.
going to finish 7th at worst in the East.
Facts.
Now, where do the Mavericks finish? And they got the number 1 overall pick. So if you got
Facts.
a 1.8% chance, you got a chance. But, like, come on.
I'm going to be quick because we don't got a lot of time and we got to get to a lot of more pressing issues. I got to shout out the Lakers. Did they know that free agency began?
Well, LeBron handcuffs them.
$53 million right here.
LeBron handcuffs everything.
Jake LaRavia, though? Like, that's what they're doing? Jake LaRavia?
Hey, they might
That's
get,
what I'm talking about?
boy, I was talking about, they might get DeAndre Ayton.
And that would be a horrible deal for them, too.
Why do you keep bringing him up?
He's a big body who's available for cheap.
The best thing that the Lakers
Why not?
The best thing
I
that
ain't
the
cheap,
Lakers
though.
did this offseason was sell the team from Jeannie Buss, but she still control over the team in their decisions. Awful decision. They almost had it. They were right there.
Yeah.
Awful decision.
I love local businesses. They operate like a mom and pop
Facts.
pasta joint with some of their stuff. Just is what it is.
Facts.